My name is Susan, and thank you for coming back again and checking my journey. Well, this started a while ago. The whole process of coming up with some kind of plan. I was unhappy, and I'm sure a lot of you are unhappy as well. And I started to think, what will make me happy? Well, I know I wanted to travel, and been my dream for a while. I've gone on a lot of camping trips, road trips, and it's always made me happy, put a smile on my face, waking up to a new place, seeing sunrises and sunsets. And I was at a job that I liked. I had been there for 2 years, and I liked my job, but I didn't like the my coworkers. It was very negative, and I just needed to get away from that. I'm a very positive person, but if I'm around negativity all the time, it just brings me down. And I had an epiphany one day when I was talking to a coworker, and she said, she's never going to change. And this, she was referring to my boss. And I was thinking, after 2 years, she's never changed. But you know what? I can change. I can get out of here and do something different. And that's when I started to think, I need to get out of here. My partner had just left me. I was living in a house, in a house that I really love this house. And it was a struggle. I'm 58 years old. I I still need 4 years um, to retire at 62 if I want to retire at 62. And thinking, should I go out on the road now or should I wait till I retire? But at the same time, my dad passed away from cancer a year after he retired. Um, some of his friends, the same thing happened. They either had an accident, broke their leg, and they couldn't recover from it. Some had heart attacks. Um, Lots of people that I've talked to, friends, they know people that, haven't had a good retirement, are unhealthy, or, they pass away. And so the struggle has always been with me. Should I continue working till I'm 62, 65, and then go out on the road? Or and chance it? Will I still be healthy enough to do it, motivated to do it, have the energy to do it? Um, my brother died when he was 51. He had high blood pressure. Um, my mom had diabetes and heart problems and high blood pressure. And, working at that job that I had, I was gaining weight. I wasn't I was moving, I was on my feet all day, which really messed up my back and my feet. And I, when I'd come home, I could barely get out of the car. If I would sit down, I could barely get back up. Um, every morning, it was so hard for me to get out of bed because I was on my feet all day long. I only had 30 minutes lunch to sit down. And you don't sit down the whole 30 minutes. And there were uncomfortable chairs. And, I always wanted to do a good job. So I didn't, usually I didn't take my whole 30 minutes lunch because I didn't want to stress out and I wanted to keep working on my job. So anyway, health wise, I was not doing very well. And I was able to save some money, which I had been doing for 2 years. So that helped a little bit. Um, I had been wanting to do this for some time, and I figured, if not now, when? When am I going to do this? I had keep thinking of doing it and wanting to do it, but when am I going to do this? So one day, after some problems at work, I said, no more. This is it. This is the end of me working here. And so I I quit my job, and I took it easy for 3 months. I think it's been already 3 months since I've been out. I've been able to relax and reset a little bit. My body feels so much better. But now I have to implement my plan. I hate to leave this house. Like I said, I love it. The rent is affordable. Um, I love the area that I live in, but it's a rural town. There's less than 4,000 people living here. There's one grocery store, a couple of fast food places. Um, and where I live, it's very quiet, and I have a view of mountains in my backyard. It hooks up to the BLM land, and so um, it's just a really nice area. This would be perfect for me to retire in if I had a monthly income like Social Security. But um, I don't know if I want that or not. I think I'm ready to go. And again, I'm struggling with, I'm 58. I can't retire yet. I'm not going to have the biggest Social Security check ever, and am I hurting myself or am I doing something that'll help me? So, anyway, I decided to go on the road, and it's very difficult. It's a struggle. It's very scary. I don't know if I'm going to give up all of this and then go on the road, and then I'm not going to have anything to come back to. I'm going to be stuck out there. And then, you know, once you get out of living in a house or apartment, how are you going to get back into one? That was another fear. What about my primary residence address? Where am I going to get that from? I'm going to give up that. Um, you know, um, yes, I have friends, but I really don't want to inconvenience them, and I just might have to. But that's another thing that worries me. Um, you know, I do have health insurance to the Affordable Care Act, but I'm going to have to stay in the state, and I'm still going to have a permanent address. So that's just worrisome. Is am I going to be able to get back into a house or an apartment in the future? If I do choose to, I might not. I've seen so many people in their 70s and 80s who are living out of their vehicle. Now, um, I probably want to get a job out there. There's work camping. I worked at Yellowstone before, so I could probably get a job, working at these national parks, even though I don't know now if there's, any jobs available. It's the Right now I'm recording this in May, so it might be too late for me to apply to any of these positions out there with the parks. So I have a lot of worries, a lot of fears, a lot of concerns. But again, if not now, when? There's never a perfect situation to do whatever you want to do. It's never perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So I'm starting the process. Well, actually, I have started the process. I started saving all my boxes, my Amazon boxes, and started piling that up. And I've been slowly going through all of my things. I started in the kitchen. I went through every cabinet, every drawer, got out, uh, excuse me, stuff that I'm not going to need in my truck camper. And I'm just taking, the minimum that fits in there, and everything else I'm going to put in storage. And I've been thinking, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to pay. Is it $40 a month? Is it $80 a month? For how long? If I'm out there 10 months, that's $800 of plastic stuff. I bought at the dollar store. There's nothing really valuable. So should I just get rid of it now? Um, I do have a few items that, like photos and, memory. memory stuff, memory items that I have in boxes, um, which I don't want to get rid of that. So I know I'm going to have a storage, but I want to make it as small as possible. And so I started putting things away in boxes. I started taking things to the thrift store. Um, like I said, I've been going through all my cabinets, all my food. I got rid of all the expired food and put set aside food that I know I'm not going to eat. Things I've had there, for a while, and stuff in the freezer. And I got all of that together and I gave it to a friend. I'm still working on some food that I have there. Um, and that's what I'm doing, is just going cabinet through cabinet. The medicine's the same thing. Getting rid of expired items, making a list of all the things I need. You need to have a first aid kit when you're living in a vehicle. Should I buy one? Because the ones you buy, like through Amazon, have a lot of items. Or should I make my own? So that's what I'm in the process of trying to figure out. Uh, uh, and and when I get all of my things together, all of my boxes, I'm gonna all the furniture I have shelves that I want to try to sell on Facebook Marketplace. I really don't like doing that, but I'm gonna have to, or I'm gonna give away some stuff. I have a washer and dryer, shelves, two beds, and a kitchen table, and I just have to decide what I'm going to do with all of that. And it's hard trying getting rid of all your stuff. Um, but I don't want to keep it in storage, because if I say uh, in 10 months it's $800, I could have bought you know all of the dollar store items, plates and containers and all of that stuff. So I don't know, I'm just struggling with downsizing and getting rid of my stuff. um, I know I have to get my truck ready. I have to take it to a mechanic. I just bought a new battery. I have to have an old fire extinguisher. I have to get a new one. I have a stove that works with propane, and I just filled up the propane tank. I do need to get a new propane tank, because it's already past 12 years and it has to get retested or recertified. So I have to wait till that propane runs out. Um, I have a power station as a backup, um, just in case I'm boondocking, and it has solar, and I can run my fan through there. I can charge up my cell phone. I can run my laptop through that. So getting a power station is really important. Um, like I said, I have a stove top, but at the same time, I want to get a Coleman stove with those bottles that you attach to it to cook, just in case I run out of propane, or if I want to cook outside. I do have a refrigerator. It works very well, but at the same time, I want to carry an ice chest just in case it breaks down or I decide not to use it. Just a small one. And Also, an important thing to do is you have all of your contacts on your phone. And what you need to do is write down on a piece of paper your children's numbers, your family members' numbers, whatever numbers you need. The two numbers, in addition, that I have to all of that is AAA and car insurance. My car insurance issues roadside assistance service, and they have a number, and I have that. I'm going to take that to my truck camper, just in case. Something happens to my phone, I lose it, I run over it, or whatever. But make sure you have your contacts not only on your phone, but you have to have it written down somewhere. That's really important, because then how are you going to contact anybody you know? Also, you have to make sure that you have a friend or family member, anyone that you can text or email, call them, whatever you want, and let them know where you're going, what your plans are. Keep in touch with them, just as a safety precaution. Also, make sure you keep receipts of every single thing you buy, all the food, all the fuel, all your medical supplies, anything that you buy, anything, keep your receipts, because you want to start budgeting and keeping track of everything you spend on. Um, it's going to be really hard because when you have a job, you don't worry as much. You know, well, at least I did. I would buy stuff on the internet, online, or when I go to the grocery store, I buy whatever I wanted. But now I'm not going to have income coming in. I have some money saved up, and I'll have a video on my budget and what I'm doing. But it's scary. It's really, really scary. But you only have one life to live. Do not hand your keys to somebody else, and you have to be in control of your life. Don't let, you decide what you want to do. Don't, a lot of women, a lot of people, not only women, have a partner, and the partner decides where they want to go or what they want to do. And um, uh, you have to take control. It's your life. It's nobody else's life. You have to make your decisions. You have to figure out what you want to do. And you need to sit down and figure that out. Are you happy with where you are right now? You want to change? Well, you got to start. And now, if you do not do it now, when are you going to do it? You need to figure that out. And you'll be happier for it. You really, really will. You'll be really happy because you're in control of your life. Nobody else will be in control of your life. And that's really important. So once again, thank you for watching my video and following my progress. This is only my second video, and I hope to have many more videos coming up. Please like and subscribe. That's what all of people say, and I know it'll help my channel grow. So please, um, please take control of your life. And thank you once again for stopping by.